Okay, so first part of this quick mini-series, what I'm going to do is go through how to make a selection, because selections in Photoshop are the same thing as layer masks. Whenever you're working with layers, whenever you're working with selections, any selection that you make is pretty interchangeable for a layer mask. So for example, if I wanted to start and make a selection of only the blue in the background, what I would do, or one of the methods I could do, is use the tool that's on the left here, the quick selection tool. It allows me to just click and drag, hold down shift, click and drag, and what it does is it looks for color contrast. But you can see what that doesn't do is select cleanly. It did not grab intelligently around those bristles. But if I wanted to exclude those bristles and only select everything that is blue, I can very quickly and easily do that with another tool called Select Color Range. It's under the Select menu here, right in the middle, Color Range, Magical. What it does is it picks up whatever color I have selected. By default, it's going to say nothing. But if I click right here, what it says is everything. If you've seen 300, give them nothing, but take from them everything. I'm taking everything out of the blue here. So what I'm going to do is increase the fuzziness, and that adds to the selection. If I hold down Shift, you see how that cursor changes? I can add to all of those little blue portions just by clicking on the image. You can see in the little preview here that the white cloud, the wispy cloud, was not added, but I just hold down Shift and select, and it does. I can then say OK, and you'll see my selection is much sharper. Not perfect, but it's a lot cleaner than it would have been otherwise. To clean this selection up, you can do it one of many ways. You can use the Refine Edge tool, so you can see what it does. Now, I should have inverted this so that it would show the cactus and not the sky, but whatever, I'm okay with that. With this, you can say edge detection, increase it or decrease it. You can adjust the edge smoothness, which would effectively take away those bristles, and I don't want to do that. You can feather it, make it like a soft edge brush, and you can see it's ghosting a little bit more. For a good solid, a good solid transition, which is an oxymoron in and of itself, you could use this, especially if you're working with hair. You want to feather the edges so it's a more smooth transition when it's blowing in the wind, as it's difficult to select otherwise. But for now, I don't want that. I want a hard, crispy edge. I'm going to increase the contrast to a point where it doesn't look horrible. Probably about there. And I'm going to shift my edge in or out. At this point, because I want to select more of the blue and only leave the bristles as bristles, excluding any kind of gradation around the edges if it was fringing a little bit, I want to eat up that edge. And you can see what's happening is it's just getting smaller and smaller, and those bristles are looking more and more like bristles. Say OK to that. And what I've got now is a really relatively nice and clean selection around the edge of those spiky things. And effectively, it was only 2 steps. Select color range and refine edge. That is it. And from there, we can make this into a layer mask. All I'm going to do is say layer, new layer, yoki dokie. And then to make it a mask, all I do is I click the little thingamajig that looks like a hole punch at the bottom. That selection is now loaded and remembered in this little layer mask here. I can reload it at any point in time just by holding down Control and then clicking on that icon. That is it. There's a myriad of other selection tools that I could use. I could use the lasso tool or the derivations of that, but it would take me way longer than that did. I mean, 2 steps is really all you should need, if that, to make a good clean selection of this. Oh, crap.